Hi everyone, today I'm going to introduce the flexible pavement. What is flexible pavement? Flexible pavement is defined as the pavement consisting of a mixture of bituminous material and aggregates placed on a bed of compacted granular material of appropriate quality in layers over the subgrade. The flexible pavement reduces the stress by distributing the traffic well loads through the individual layers until the subgrade stress is at an acceptable low level. There are 5 structural components of flexible pavements, which are subgrade, subbase, road base, binder course, and wearing course. The bottom layer is subgrade. Subgrade is usually the natural materials located along the horizontal alignment of the pavements and serve as the foundation of the pavement structure. It is important that the subgrade must not be overstressed. This is because when the pressure transmitted on the top of the subgrade is within the allowable limit, it will not cause excessive stress condition or deform the sand beyond the elastic limit. Next is subbase. Subbase is the layer of materials that has to provide the platform for the road base. It provides the structural support, improve drainage, and reduce the intrusion of fine from the subgrade in the pavement structure. The third layer is road base. Road base is usually composed of crushed stone, crushed sand, and other untreated or stabilized materials. It has to provide the additional load distribution and contribute to the subsurface drainage. The fourth layer is binder course. The binder course is the layer placed between the wearing course and the road base. It reduces the rutting by combining the quality of stability and durability. The third layer of flexible pavement is wearing course. It is the layer directly in contact with traffic loss and generally contains superior quality materials. It protects the base layer from real abrasion and to waterproof the entire pavement structure. It also provides a skid-resistant surface that is important for safe vehicle stops.
First of all, I will be talking about materials. There are 4 types of materials used in flexible pavement, which is bituminous deck cord, wearing course, stone or aggregates, and soil. Okay, first of all, I would like to talk about the bituminous deck cord. It is to be sprayed on the surface of the road or pavement with existing asphalt by the truck to place a surface. This is to achieve consistency of the overall coverage of the entire road to be paved. Once the road is covered with deck cord, we should give it some time to cure and get tacky. So below is the example of how bitumen looks like. Okay, so secondly, it is the wearing course. A wearing course is the upper layer in roadwork construction that consists of asphalt concrete. It is placed on a binder course and is laid on a subbase and rests on a subgrade. Okay, so thirdly, I'm going to talk about stone or aggregates. So an aggregate is something that means any particular object which varies from crushed stones to sand, geosynthetic aggregate, slag, or recycled concrete. It may be made out of natural, recycled, or manufactured materials. In this particular roadwork construction, which is the flexible pavement, we will be using stones as our aggregates, and it comprises of 60 to 80% of the concrete mix. Below is the example of how a stone aggregate looks like. Okay, lastly, soil. Soil is needed to support loads transmitted from the road structure, as it is often affected by the compaction, soil type, and moisture content. Poor quality of soil need to be avoided if possible, because it is necessary to build stronger structure of a subgrade to provide better quality pavement. Okay, next I'll be presenting on the machineries used in flexible pavement. Contractor must have in their possession sufficient relevant machinery, plant, tools, equipment, skilled workers, operators, and etc. for the timely and satisfactory completion of the works. These are the machineries and equipment required are as follows. First of all, this is called bulldozer or grader with scarifier machine. It is to loosen the soil using scarifier machine and to form the tambering. Next is the vibrating rollers. It is a compactor used to densify soil asphalt and also to increase the load-bearing capacity of the surface. Next, this is paver. It is used to lay asphalt on roads, bridges, parking lots, and other such places. It lays the asphalt flat and provides minor compaction before it is compacted by a roller. Trucks. It is used to transport materials over to the construction site. Lastly, excavator. It is used to excavate soils or move large objects.
Now I would like to share with you the process of flexible pavement. The first step is preparation of subgrade layer. The preparation of subgrade layer is done after the process of placing drainage system, piping, and electric cable. The subgrade layer will compact and cut to make camber. If the soil is not good in quality, it will change to better or more suitable material. This process is done for prevent the absorption of clay into the stone layer of subbase. The shear strength of the pavement also can be reduced. The next step is the construction and compacting the subbase. After the process of preparation of subbase layer, the subbase will be placed, and if the thickness is more than 150 mm, it will be constructed into 2 layers. Each of the layers will compact by the compactor machine carefully. The process of compact starts from the side of the rock, then to the middle slowly in the horizontal direction. The super elaborate compaction machine starts at the lowest part to higher level, slowly and carefully. The third step of the process is construction of road base. After the subgrade surface and subbase is compact, the road base is started to construct. The distance between lowest layer and subbase is at least 200 meters from the base construction. The cluster run is commonly used to construct the road base in Malaysia. It is used to place and compact on the surface of the rock. There have 2 layers of road base with same thickness, which should not exceed 150 mm, has been constructed. The last step is construction of road surface. The material used for the road surface is bitumen. The type of bitumen such as concrete asphalt, macadam bitumen, and so on. The base course is prepared before the surface layer started to construct. Then the binder between the road base and the base course is formed when the road base surface is filled with the prime coat with the specific temperature. Then the base course is formed by using a pavers machine with 1 layer only. Next, the road from the side to the middle is compact. If there is a super high bend, it should be compact from the bottom part to the top by using the specific compactor. Lastly, prepare the wearing course. As before, the base layer should be cleaned before pouring the adhesive coating. The compaction work is the same as the base course.
Now I'm going to present about the part which is potholes. Potholes are the area of the road that have worn away, cracked, or eventually formed a hole. At first, it will start out as a tiny crack, but without repairing, it will grow become to anywhere from a few inches wide hole until deeper, which have a few feet wide or several inches deep. The potholes frequently can be occurred in a moisture weather, such as rainy day. When the water underneath the base, it will cause the area of the road to break down. This is because the road surface will be eaten away by water in any climate, which it will underneath the pavement and create divorce by eroding the material. The introduction of water to the soil structure below the road surface will weaken the soil and make it become loose, and the support of compressive force will reduce. Therefore, the asphalt pavement used in making the road surface will suffer the effect of the weakened soil which lay beneath it. When a heavy vehicles or serious traffic impact a heavy force on any location of the weakened parts of the road surface, it will create a depressed surface on that portion of the road, which is potholes. The potholes also occur at the area that mostly have a poor drainage and particularly have road dips, such as the trough under viaducts, which have road dips. When the cars and trucks with heavy weight pass over the weak spot of the road for a long time, it will cause the pieces of the road where material become more weakened. This will cause the road material collapse or broken down from the weight and create potholes on the road. There are 2 ways that can help to repair the pothole. First, we can use the hot disinfect. Disinfect make up the highway with require certain temperature, which is at a warm temperature to help insert and compact properly. If any improper pour may leak or spread
will chip and damage easily. When the temperature matches the requirement of the asphalt, it can be used as skin patching, and it may require help from the professional paving company for prevent mistaken. Other than that, the pothole can be repaired by using the skin patching, or we can call it as cold patch asphalt. The cold patch asphalt are only for the temporary repairing for the potholes, but not lasting longer. It also requires a future permanent repair for a long-lasting road pavement.
In this picture, you can see that there has a single crack on the road, which are perpendicular to the center line. This crack on the flexible road is called transverse crack. The usually reason that causes the transverse crack is the asphalt is exposed to the cool temperature, where it has not completely hardened and the mixture is still warm. This is why transverse is also referred to as thermal cracks in flexible pavement. As the temperature decreases, the asphalt begins to tighten, then it shrinks, which causes it to crack in the angle of 90 degrees to the center line of pavement. Cool temperature will cause thermal cracking of flexible pavement, and the constant weight and pressure of the overused and moving vehicles will make the situation worse. Transverse cracks start cracks from the surface of the sidewalk. If transverse cracks are not repaired immediately, it will gradually sink below the surface. Weather change and climate change will make the damage become more critical, such as heavy rain. They will cause the cracks to erode more violently over time. Due to this kind of the problem, so that the regular maintenance is very important to make sure the asphalt used for flexible pavement can withstand this demand. Next, they have two solutions for transverse cracks for two conditions, which are low severity cracks and high severity cracks. The low severity crack is the pavement that less than 1/2 inch wide and have infrequent cracks. It can be stilled to prevent the cracks. The moisture enter into the subgrade through the cracks and further level of the crack edge. Then high severity cracks, which is bigger than 1/2 inch wide and have numerous cracks. To fix it, the cracked pavement layer has to remove and replace it with an overlay.
Edge crack is the continuous crack that is located within 1 or 2 feet of the pavement edge. It is generally parallel to the edge of the pavement. There are several factors that affect the edge crack. The most common cause of these types of cracks is the weakness of the base or subgrade layer near the edge of the pavement. When the driveways often hold more than one vehicle simultaneously on both sides, the vehicles might be driven closer to the edge while entering and exiting the driveways. Since the driveways are narrow or have a weak foundation of asphalt, the edge cracks are more likely to occur. The poor drainage system will also lead to edge cracks. This is because the water will accumulate on the sides of the road and get beneath the surface, causing the ground to erode. The weight and pressure exhibited by heavy loads on edge, such as trucks or tractors, will also cause the driveways to degrade faster. Thus, the cracks will start from the edge and spread towards the center. In order to prevent the cracks, it is necessary to improve the drainage system at the pavement edge when laying down the asphalt so that the water will not accumulate at the side of the pavement. It is also needed to ensure the pavement have a strong and cohesive bed set. When constructing the roads, the geosynthesis can be used between the subgrade and the base layer to increase the strength of the road. After the asphalt is dried, it can also be applied with a protective layer of seal coating to protect it from external damage caused by weather, temperature change, and overall use. There are two ways that can be done in order to fix the edge crack. For the minor edge crack, it is necessary to use a crack sealer to fill the smaller cracks at the site of the damage in order to prevent the further deterioration. For more significant edge cracks, patching or replacing methods are needed to fix the damage in order to solve the root cause of the edge crack. To conclude everything, flexible pavement is made of bitumen, aggregate, and soil. It consists of 5 layers, which are subgrade, subbase, road base, bridle course, and wearing course. The pavements will defect after a long period. This might be because of the asphalt pavement is constantly exposed to wet conditions and high volume of water runoff due to heavy rainfall throughout the year. As a result, the pavement will tend to deteriorate due to prolonged exposure to water and moisture. That's all from us. Thanks for watching.